James Charles bringing us the sad news that his sister's tour has been canceled or at least postponed indefinitely, and refunds will be issued. James gave the announcement in a very, very, very long Snapchat. His reasons seem to be that he is not mentally feeling 100% and wants to be able to give his fans the best possible experience, and also the reason that they don't have any merch to sell on the tour right now.
As many of you guys know, a few weeks ago we announced the official first ever Sisters Tour, which is a 24-city tour all around the United States of America with music and makeup and memories and games, and it was just gonna be such a fun and exciting thing that I've literally wanted to do since I first started on social media. Like, a tour has been such a huge, huge dream of mine, and the fact that it was becoming a reality and that it was almost completely sold out is like still so mind-blowing to me, and I am so grateful. Obviously, as well, a lot has gone on in the past few weeks, which has led many people, including myself, wondering what was going to happen to tour. And after the last week of meetings and phone calls and trying to figure it out and talking to myself and my tour company and my friends and family, we've officially come to the very, very tough decision that I am canceling the Sisters Tour. Now, I know this sucks and people are going to be upset and sad about it, and trust me, I am really not happy about this either. Like I said, I've been looking forward to this for so long, but there are reasons why, and I'm going to discuss them, and there are a lot of positives to this too. Before I say that though, I do want to make it very, very clear before the media and the drama channels take this and run, because I'm sure they will. I've had enough of the reporting without facts over the past few weeks. I made the decision to pull the tour. This is 100% my decision, okay? None of the venues pulled out, none of the brands that were going to be sponsoring it pulled out. And keep in mind, it was almost completely sold out, and still less than 1% of people who bought tickets contacted about refunds. So the Sisters Tour is not being canceled because I was canceled. So let's make that clear, okay? I made the decision for a lot of different personal reasons, which I'm going to talk about now. So just wanted to put that out there to clarify. I'm not going to talk about or go into detail about what happened over the past 2 weeks because you all know about it already, and frankly, I don't want to think about it or talk about it ever again. But let's be real, it sucked. And it put me in a really, really bad place. I talked about it in my last video, and I know that I've been posting a few Snapchats or Instagram stories here and there, and there were a few people saying that I faked it all or were trying to get sympathy because I was smiling, which is so crazy to me. I'm not better. And I'm not back either, but I am trying to move on with my life and focus on good things that make me happy and that can take my mind off of things. But that being said, I'm still not doing well. And the main reason why I am deciding to pull the plug on tour is because the next few weeks and the next few months, honestly, I said that I wanted to take time for myself and to be with the people that love me and focus on things that make me really, really happy, which is makeup and being with friends and family and getting my head back in the game up to where I'm very, very inspired to keep working. In the last video, I openly talked about how there were a lot of comments saying that they felt as though my attitude was sucking recently and that I had changed or my ego was getting too big. And at first I was like, what the heck are they even talking about? But this whole situation has been a really important moment for me to self-reflect and agree, honestly, which sucks to come to terms with. But it's been very, very, like, it's exciting for me because it means I get to learn and get better, which is something that you guys know I'm always owning and always trying to do. That being said, I'm a workaholic. I love working and I love filming, and it's really important for me that I am able to kind of get my head back to where it was when I first started, which was to do this out of a love for makeup and artistry and creating fun content and inspiring people and most importantly making people happy. And that goal is still there, 100%. It's just been clouded by some other things, and I really want to make sure that I take a little bit of time off to get my head back where it needs to be. It is my absolute #1 biggest priority that when I do go on tour, because I still am, make sure you keep watching, that I'm able to walk on stage every single night with a huge smile and present the best version of myself to all of you guys. And I want you to have an amazing experience and you feel like you're having an amazing time and you feel like you're getting your money's worth, and that you leave with an amazing photo, amazing memories, and an equally as genuine smile that I had when I was on stage. And because of all this stuff, I feel that I can't deliver that best version of James right now, and that sucks, but I'm working on it, I promise. and I just want to make sure you guys have a really, really good time. Aside from mental health, from a logistical standpoint, obviously the past few weeks have been a roller coaster, and I've been dealing with this. It's been taking up majority, literally 100% of my time. And because of that, we are now 2 weeks behind planning and set design and rehearsals, most importantly, and goodie bags, production, and also merchandise. Obviously, you guys know Sisters Apparel is in the process of switching its partner, and tour merch is super, super important because I know all of you guys want really cute hoodies and stuff to take home and remember the show by, and we don't have that right now. So these are some of the few different reasons why I decided it's best to pull the plug on the tour. Most importantly, I just want to make sure you guys are having a really good experience and you're never going to forget it. And right now, I just don't feel as though I can deliver what was promised, and that sucks. It really, really sucks to admit, but I would so much rather tell you guys straight up and cancel it and have to bite the bullet and pay a whole lot of money than to have you guys show up and to have it be a shitty experience that you're gonna regret and you're gonna not remember, or will remember for the wrong reason. That is not what I want. So the Sisters Tour is canceled. What happens now? All of the venues have been notified of the cancellation, and first and foremost, I want to say thank you so much to all the venues because they've all been so incredible and so understanding and nice about the whole situation. Obviously, this has been very, very stressful and embarrassing for myself and my team to deal with, so I want to thank them. I know a few of the venues have already started to call and email people who have bought tickets, letting them know. You don't have to call or email to get a refund. All of the refunds will be fully automatic and you will get them within the next business week. Keep in mind this is a long weekend with Memorial Day being on Monday, so refunds might not start processing until Tuesday, but I promise if you purchase a ticket, everyone will be getting their money back. As well, there are no like refund or like restocking fees or whatever. I am paying for all of them myself personally because I really want to make sure that you guys don't have to worry about any of this stuff, and that the mess is taken care of by me and my team who's responsible for the cancellation. But all that being said, I still want to go on tour, okay? And I know a lot of you sisters still wanted to go to the Sisters Tour as well, and nothing has changed. Going on tour and meeting you guys and hugging you and taking selfies together and giving a night that you will never forget has been one of my biggest goals since I first started, and it still is, and it's still going to happen, I promise you that. I'm not sure when, because like I said, my number one priority right now is getting my head back to where it needs to be and getting my YouTube content production rolling again and Sisters Apparel back up and running and all my other businesses. But when I do, I promise you there will be a Sisters Tour and it will be even more epic than before. What's kind of cool about this is I guess we get to kind of think of this as like a little test run type of situation, because when we do relaunch, we've already learned so much about ticket sales, ticket prices, different places that we want to go, hint maybe international, and just basically like overall experience. So when we do relaunch, just know that we'll be able to make it even better than it was before. I know that this sucks, and I know people are gonna be sad, and I know that this is embarrassing for me. I agree, but like I said, this is not something that I'm happy about either, but it was a decision that needed to be made, and I really, really hope you guys can see where I'm coming from and why we've decided to cancel. I've said a million times that I am such a firm believer in quality over quantity, and I needed to cancel the tour because due to time restrictions and due to my own mental health, I just feel like I can't deliver the show that was promised, and that is not okay. That sucks, but just know that this has been such a good learning experience for me, and I'm working so hard to better myself and get myself back to where I need to be, and I cannot wait for the future and what is to come, and that definitely includes a Sisters Tour in the future where I get to hug and just make you guys happy and do what I love doing the absolute most. So thank you for understanding. Love you guys.
So we have a reason which I can empathize with greatly, not only for James, but for the fans. I did actually speak to a fan who attended the Australian meet and greet right after James got the news of that video, and I will put that up in a separate video, his account of that and how James wasn't himself and how it just wasn't the same as when he had met him before. And obviously people want to go not only and get their money's worth out of the show, but really meet James as James is, especially his real fans who love his energy and his ebullience and all of that. And listen, I'm telling you, I am not a James stan. I am somebody who was planning to go because I wanted content for my channel, and I really wanted to see what the tour was like. Like, I was sort of half interested. So I'll tell you how I feel about it at the end. I want to know how you guys feel. Were you planning to go? Are you upset that he canceled? Do you think that he did his fans wrong, or do you understand? But the other part of it is, since he's changing merch companies, he said he doesn't have his merch, which kind of seems like they're withholding it, or he doesn't own it, or whatever, or he has to get new merch made. But in other words, he doesn't have time to plan the show. Fully understand that. I've worked in theater. But not having the merch to sell, that's like saying, okay, I also don't have that money-making opportunity on this that I wanted, when people have already paid so much for their tickets. Now, mind you, people do want to go and get a souvenir. I've gone to So You Think You Can Dance tour, got a shirt there. Went to Ariana Grande, did not get a shirt there because they were really expensive, and I didn't want one. But I can sort of see it from both sides. What do you guys think? Do you think postponing a tour because you don't have any merch is fair, or do you think he should have gone ahead? I mean, ultimately, I think, it's his tour. He's having it. He's the one who decided to have it, and he should be able to do it at a time when he can enjoy it. And I'll tell you what, that Tati Westbrook dropping that video when she did, if that was not perfectly timed, you are kidding me. The way she dropped it when he was asleep in Australia and then woke up and had to go to a meet and greet. Now, I do think, and I've said this to several people, that James could have handled it differently. Instead of keeping his fans in Australia waiting for 2 hours while he watched Tati's 48-minute video and then made his own response and then got ready, he could have said, okay, we have a problem here. Jumped on social media, said, hey guys, I've seen this really bad video. I'm going to give you my response, but I have a responsibility to my fans who are over at my meet and greet who have been waiting for 4 hours already because they'd be there at 6 a.m. I'm going to go meet my fans in Australia, and I'll be back later with my response video. And I think that would have been a lot more professional of a way to handle it than just sort of acting like it was more important to talk to YouTube than to all these kids who are out there in the heat in Australia waiting to meet him. So what do you think? And are you a parent? Are you taking your kid? Now, he did say in his Snapchat that everyone's going to get refunds, and I know some of the venues sold the tickets independently, and some of them were sold through Ticketmaster. I personally tried to buy tickets for the Philadelphia show through that venue, and that was a joke. I waited for 2 hours, could not get through. In the meantime, I went on Ticketmaster and was able to get 2 tickets for New Jersey, which is just a short hike up the road anyway. But I guess I'll be getting a refund for both those tickets. So for me, you know what? It's just more money to spend on other stuff. I can do other things for the channel. I wouldn't want to see a show. I've worked in theater, and believe you me, there's a reason why they have pay what you can previews, because it takes a while to put a show together. And if things aren't coming together and they're really up against a deadline for that tour, because I think it's supposed to be like in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and they've got to put together a whole tour, get merch what they don't have, and just get things finalized. And James has been distracted because of all of the drama that came up. And I just want to say, he did mention something in his Snapchat about the drama channels jumping on this and they're going to make a story out of it. Well, first of all, this is not a drama channel. Second of all, I do think that although I have big issues with James in how he's behaved on social media in terms of using his voice, his social media power to bully people, either intentionally or unintentionally, I don't like it, and hopefully he's learned his lesson from this situation. I also think that I have been very fair to him. I've never accused him of the things that he was accused of. I've never spoken those words. I did make the video saying that that guy Sam had illegally recorded that conversation, that FaceTime conversation, which James even said in his own video. And so I've tried to present both sides of the story, or when I feel like James is in the right, present James is in the right side, and not jump to any conclusions. So not every channel out there, James Charles, is really going to jump on this and make a terrible story out of it. So I'm making this video for the purpose of telling everybody that the Sisters tour is canceled. He does want to do the tour again or reschedule it, do it when he's able. And I know there's going to be so many people out there who are disappointed. Like, I know there's people that there's kids out there that love their James Charles palettes, and they love James Charles, and none of this meant anything to them, and they're going to be upset. And I feel bad for them. I feel bad for their parents that have to deal with them. And believe me, there's people that went to the Australian meet and greet who literally saw the Tati video and came away with the thought, and this is right in the beginning of it, that, well, it was all Tati's fault. So maybe they were right, maybe they weren't, but I hope that everybody can just not throw a fit about this. And it was a business decision on his part, whether you agree or disagree. I want to know whether you agree or disagree, but there's been enough hate chucked around the internet these past few weeks. I don't think we need to start another war.